The definitions of chemometrics is the use of statistical and mathematical techniques to analyze chemical data to convert it to informations that are used for decisions making. It may sound hard to believe, but mathematics and chemistries are used to solve crime. It can be used to solve crime. In this case, we'll be looking at the applications of chemometrics in a forensic soil case work. More specifically, how PCA analysis helps narrows the investigation to solve the crime at a short amount of time. So the use of PPA, it's a PCA, its purpose to reduce the complexity of the data as it's collected, but more remain the most important informations that are used to distinguish the samples from one another. As seen in the figure here, it is a PCA with four principal components. So the principal component, so the PCA decomposes the data into several components. We have the first principal component, the second principal component, the third. There are many more, but each component represents a combination of the original variables. The first principal component, for example, explains the biggest portion and variance found in the data. In this case, the dominant chemical or physical properties that helps distinguish one sample from another. The second principal variables, however, it captures additional variations that the first principal component does not explain, and it contributes to a has the potential to have a secondary feature that contributes to differences to the differentiation of the samples to distinguish one sample from one another. But anyways, the total variance of the first few PCs, the first few principal component, is crucial to indicate how well the PCA simplified the data sets but preserves the important informations for the distinguishment of the sample. And when it comes to the score plot, it's basically plotted along the principal component where the samples from similar origins or characteristics are clustered together. And the clusters can be used by forensics investigators to match unknown samples to a known source for a crime investigation. And any outliers found during the score plots could indicate unusual soil properties that could link to the case, but it also could indicate errors conducted during the data collection session. So, what does this tell? It tells that the PCA helps the researchers to distinguish source samples from one another, but for the forensic investigators, more importantly, helps them to link the samples from a crime scene to a specific geographic site, helping them to solve the case. So it shows how the PCA analysis is a powerful chemometrics tool to assist in simplification of the complex spectral data, to identify patterns and assess chemical characteristics to distinguish one sample from another. And it shows that with the help of chemometrics, science becomes the key witness of a criminal event. Thank you for listening.